You know that moment between sleep and waking, when the world feels thinner and your thoughts aren't quite your own. Last night, in that fragile space, I heard my own voice whispering from under my bed. It was an echo or dream, it was me, but not. Stay awake, it breathed, and I'll tell you the truth about your past. I froze, my skin prickling, the room colder than it had any right to be in June. The voice was patient, coaxing, promising answers I'd spent years chasing. I've always wondered about the gaps in my childhood, the blank spaces in old photos and family stories that never quite made sense. So when my whisper said, "You've always wanted to know, haven't you?" I couldn't help but strain to listen, my heart thumping so loudly I worried it would drown out the truth. I crept to the edge of my bed, the darkness beneath yawning wider than it should, the floorboards groaning as if shifting to let something through. The voice began to unravel a story, not of my childhood, but of choices I'd made, things I'd forgotten on purpose. It spoke of the small, cruel decisions, the moments I'd stepped on someone else to get ahead, the secrets I'd buried not in the past, but in myself. I remembered a friend I'd abandoned, a promise I'd broken, and each memory came with a sharp, physical pain, as if my own voice was peeling back layers I didn't want to see. The worst part was how familiar it felt, how easily I recognized the voice's satisfaction, its hunger, as it cataloged everything I'd become. By the time the whisper finished, I realized I wasn't afraid of what lurked under my bed. I was afraid of the part of me that lived there, thriving in the darkness of my own making. As dawn crept through the blinds, I saw a shadow slip out from under the bed and settle behind my eyes. It smiled with my lips. Now, when I speak, I sometimes hear a second voice, just under the surface, reminding me of who I really am.